Hey guys, how you guys been doing? I hope you guys are doing well because recently some of our classmates' places were submerged in water during the flood. So many of our lectures during last week had to be postponed and held online. Sometimes I just miss our face-to-face classes, but online learning is not bad at all. I know that online learning has shown a significant growth during COVID-19 outbreak, and some platforms had a positive impact during that period, such as Udemy, Webex, and Google Meet. This platform has been such a great help, especially for students because it can be accessible anywhere and anytime. I was quite surprised because some of the top tier universities have also used online classes to provide the opportunities to those who want to learn by giving access to online courses under different categories so they can learn new things. So there's a bit of information of online learning that I can share to you guys. Can I get an opinion about the pros and cons of online learning from you guys?
Okay, hi Ahmad. Okay, I want to give my opinion first. Okay, I agree with the pros online learning over cons online learning. Okay, which is can make it a lot easier to the student. I want to highlight the advantage of pros only here. Okay, Ahmad. Alright, so now let's go to my opinion, which is a student can complete independently assignment outside of school hours, which means student can manage more time and not bound to only just school hours. Maybe for some people out there, they have financial problem. So for some time, they find job and have to do two things at the same time, which is working and studying. Alright, so with online classes or online learning, they can manage a good time to complete his job, and at the same time they also can finish their assignment. And with this, it can help a lot of their current situation life. Okay, student also can learn how to independently finishing or completing job or assignment and daily things by themselves, and it cannot make them more mature in managing and thinking what is more priority in their life, and prolong the ingenuity for survival. Okay, I think that's all, Ahmad, from my opinion of pros of learning online. Okay, what about you, Haiman? I think you have another interesting opinion, I guess. Okay, please let us know too, Haiman. We are all love to hear from you. Okay.
Furthermore, it is also can be efficiency to students and teachers because online learning offers teachers an efficient way to deliver lessons to students. It has a number of tools such as videos, PDFs, podcasts, and teachers can use all of these tools as part of their lesson plans. By extending the lesson plan beyond traditional textbooks to include online resources, teachers are able to become more efficient educators. Videos and podcasts that you can watch, stop, and examine as needed will take the shape of discussion and lectures so you can ensure that you are following.
Besides, offline learning offers just one in the class, while online classes can be viewed any number of times without any restriction. Online learning enables you to determine your speed, which allows you to acquire and retain the knowledge adequately in your homework. In contrast to traditional lectures, to rehearse the content afterward, you need to take notes obsessively. Online learning can allow you to check the course material as often as you like and when you are most focused.
For me, online classes have more pros than cons. One of them is flexibility. When talking about flexibility, it is not just about time, it's also about place. First and foremost, we can choose where we want the online learning to happen, either in the library, home, or office. Basically, we can customize our working space to the way we want because for me, surroundings really give a big effect to our lives. Especially when it comes to learning, accepting new information is not an easy task. Other than that, we can choose when the class happens, not talking about the class that is already been scheduled in the timetable, but the one that doesn't. Usually, there is a class that get cancelled or postponed, and for those classes, we need a replacement class. As a student, we need to find the most suitable time for each person, either for us or the lecturer itself. And the most important part is to find an empty classroom to make sure the replacement class can be conducted. But it's not easy, since every class has been scheduled. The easiest way is to conduct the class online. It is also easier for those who are working part-time. They can attend the class anywhere. Online classes also can be recorded, so it's very easy for us students to revise the topic again repeatedly.
Now I'm getting really brave, I had a few shots. I would say it to your face, but
Okay guys, next, some may assume that traditional learning in a physical settings is the most natural and the best way to interact, but that's not necessarily true. High level of fear and anxiety can negatively affect students' ability to learn. Students may be overly shy or even terrified of being singled out in a class, and some may suffer from a condition known as gelatophobia, or the fear that others will laugh at them. But by learning in a virtual class, students who may feel embarrassed to asking for help may be more comfortable to coming forward. Why am I saying this? This is because in an online class, no student will sit in the back of row. Everyone will sit basically front and center, so that those that are too shy to ask a question in front of their entire class now have the option of initiating a live or a private chat with their instructor.
cause you move so far away, just like a few blocks. Pick your friends in perfect gully.
Another advantage of online learning is reduced financial cost. Online education is far more affordable as compared to physical learning. This is because online learning eliminates the cost point of students' transportation, student meals, and most importantly, real estate. Additionally, the school or university also can save the budget, which is can save a substantial amount of money by going with an online education because school will not need facilities and equipment. All the course or study material are available online, thus creating a paperless learning environment which is more affordable and also being beneficial to the environment.
Despite having advantages of online learning, I strongly agree that online learning could be ineffective based on some reasons. First, students are unable to focus on the learning that is being carried out. This is because every student's actions and conversation are hidden behind the screen display, which is always in silent mode and the camera is closed. This makes the students feel comfortable with their actions because they cannot be known by the instructor who is teaching. Students may only be able to focus on the lesson for the first 15 minutes, but after that, they may have done other things such as sleeping, playing social media, playing video games, and so on, until the end of the learning session.
Yes, I agree with Nabila. As we know, communication is an important process in gaining knowledge. However, communication between lecturers and students is lack in online learning. Students who learn online tend to be more silent when the lecturer communicates. Also, they choose to put the camera and microphone on off during the learning process. This will affect the students' achievement. Their achievement will drop because they prefer not to ask questions when they do not understand about the lesson. Hence, I strongly agree that online learning is not the best learning process for the students.
But
that's not always the case. As far as I'm concerned, it is important for students with social anxiety to communicate with their peers on campus, especially when seeking to get involved. They need to try to come out from their comfort zone and become comfortable. They not always can become comfortable through a computer screen. Socialization is an important component that helps decrease anxiety levels and make the students feel more confident to cope with others. We need to emphasize that students with social anxiety do not fear people, but simply the interaction and judgment that comes along with it. So basically, these little interactions really need add up, and without them, even pretty hardcore introverts are feeling isolated.
Technology is a very important aspect that we should not overlook when it comes to online learning. Without technology, we cannot actively participate in the learning process. Online learning requires students to have a stable internet connection and access towards electrical devices such as smartphone, laptop, and etc. Unfortunately, not every students have access to these necessities. Some live in rural areas while some in well-developed town, but there is no guarantee that the students who live in town have a stable internet connection because internet connectivity is something beyond our control. Without a consistent internet connection for students or teachers, there can be a lack of continuity in learning for the students. Therefore, one would definitely face challenges in order to attend online classes, submit assignments, answering online tests or quizzes, and more. Based on my experience of going through online classes, I have been in a situation that pressures me since I could not access the internet to upload my video assignments. Having a bad internet connection definitely would be a nightmare for most students, causing the learning process to become inefficient and ineffective. Thus, online learning could be detrimental to the education process.
As a conclusion, there are advantages and disadvantages of online learning for higher education. But as technological capabilities have reached new heights and many of the major concerns of students taking online classes have been addressed, the advantages of online classes are beginning to drown out the disadvantage. Through exploring the pros and cons of online learning, one can see that there are various topics of interest. Exploring this issue and being prepared to maximize the benefits of online learning will enable students and teachers to continue the process of preparing students for their futures as adults. Rather than thinking about the obstacles associated with online learning, educators should see that the benefits are quite significant. Finding a way to work around the disadvantage and help students succeed in an online learning environment will aid students in maximizing their potential.